Cartilla ng Katipunan is an important document that written by Emilio Jacinto, which contains the principles and techniques of the Katipunan and organization that aim to achieve the Philippines' independence from the Spanish. So next, overview of Cartilla ng Katipunan. Katipunan was the successor organization of La Liga Filipina, founded by Jose Rizal. 2. Andres Bonifacio and prominent members of the Katipunan were members of La Liga Filipina. 3. KKK, Kataas-Taasan, Kagalang-Galangan, Katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan, has a vulnerable connection, what we call Cartilla ng Katipunan. 4. KKK is a secret organization, while the Cartilla hold the name as the Katipunan Code of Conduct. 5. The Cartilla is a small pamphlet that given to the new members of Katipunan. Means the Cartilla is a brief but powerful pamphlet written by Emilio Jacinto in 6. Cartilla originate from the word cartilla, which means a paper given to new student in learning specific subject. So, the Cartilla means was a basic educational booklet through the Spanish colonial rule. 7. The author of Cartilla is Emilio Jacinto. It was written in 1896.
Of authorship. The Cartilla ng Katipunan is a significant document in Philippine history serving as a guide for the members of Katipunan, a voluntary society that sought independence from Spanish colonial rule. Emilio Jacinto, the most widely accepted author of the Cartilla, is Emilio Jacinto, a prominent member of the Katipunan. He was a young writer and voluntary who contributed significantly to the movement, emphasizing moral and ethical principles. So, background of authorship, the Cartilla ng Katipunan was an important guide for the members of the Katipunan, a group of fighting for the Philippines' independence from Spain. Emilio Jacinto, a young and important member of the Katipunan, is believed to be the main author. He wrote the Cartilla to emphasize the values and moral principles that the members should follow. It played a key role in shaping the ideals of the revolution. Then, historical context: Spanish colonization, rise, nationalism, formation of the Katipunan. So, Spanish colonization, the Philippines has been under Spanish rule for over 300 years, marked by the oppression, exploitation, and a lack of representation for Filipinos, the period of widespread discontent and a desire for reform. The late 19th century witnessed the emergence of the Filipino nationalism, driven by the intellectuals and the activists who sought equality and rights for Filipinos. Formation of the Katipunan. In 1892, Andres Bonifacio founded the Katipunan, a group that fought for complete independence from Spain. The Katipunan focused on unity, courage, and self-sacrifice, and it promoted armed revolution to free the country from Spanish rule. So, rise of nationalism. In the late 80s, Filipino nationalism began to rise with the intellectuals and activities demanding equality and rights for Filipinos. The propaganda movement, led by the figures like Jose Rizal and Marcelo H. del Pilar, played by a big part in spreading revolutionary ideas. And Spanish colonization, the Philippines was under Spanish control for the more than 300 years. During Filipinos face of oppression, exploitation, and were not properly represented in government. This long period led to growing discontent and the desire for change. So, Emilio Jacinto's role and contribution. Key figure, authorship of the Cartilla, promotion of ideals, and literary influence. So, key figure, Emilio Jacinto joined the Katipunan at a young age and quickly became one of its prominent leaders. He was an integral part of the organization, serving as a writer and editor of its publication. So, Emilio Jacinto joined the Katipunan at a young age and quickly became one of its key leaders. He was an important organization, serving a writer and editor for its publication. Then, authorship of the Cartilla. Jacinto wrote the Cartilla ng Katipunan, which taught members the key principles of the revolution, including patriotism, justice, and sacrifice. The document stressed the importance of moral integrity among the revoluntaries. Rather than revolutionaries. Promotion of ideals. The Cartilla wasn't just a guide for members, it also encouraged social awareness and inspired a sense of duty to fight against colonial operations. Literary influence. Jacinto's writing style was simple and aimed to the common people, making revolutionary ideas easier to understand. His work helped shape the ideas behind the Philippine Revolution.
The key principle of the tenets in Cartilla ng Katipunan. First is patriotism. Patriotism means loving and loyalty towards our own country above our own personal interests. For example, supporting our country's values, tradition, and freedom, even it means making sacrifices for a greater good. The second one is justice, means treating people fairly and fighting against any unfair treatment. The Cartilla encouraging members to stand up against any form of injustice and always act in fairness. And the third one is unity. Filipino come together and support each other in order to gain independence. Example, a group of people working together for a competition because their goal is to win the competition. In order for them to win a competition, they work together as a team and support each other to win a certain competition. The fourth one is self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice means a willingness to give up something important like our lives, for a greater good. For an example of self-sacrifice is a soldier who is willing to give up his life just to protect the just to protect their country. And the fourth one is moral integrity. Is one of the key principle of the tenets in Cartilla ng Katipunan. People involved in the revolution need to be honest in order to the revolution to work. For example, if everyone in the group is being honest, they tend to be successful in their plan. But if one of the group is they are dishonest to each other, it causes a problem to their organization and make it harder to the group to be successful. The next one is examination of the Cartilla key principle. First, influence on member. This principle influenced the behavior and the mindset of the revolutionaries. This means the, that their principle helped the revolutionary to know what they should do and why they're doing it. It gave them a clear goal and helped them to stay focused on their mission. And the second one is moral guidance. The cartilla is a set of guidance or a principle that means that meant to guide a people in their action during the revolution. It encouraged people to think deeply and prioritize the security and justice and strives for society where everyone is treated fairly. And the last one is cohesion. Because of the cartilla, people work together and support each other and can by be more successful by fighting against colonialism. By emphasizing unity and collective action, members support each other and collaborate each other to achieve their goals.
Tackle the topic of relevance and impact on the voluntary movement. Foundation for Nationalism, the principle outlined in the Cartilla significantly contribute to the broader nationalist movement in the Philippines. Moral framework for revolution. The Cartilla established a moral framework that underscored the importance of ethics and revolutionary action and influence on future leaders. The ideas of the Cartilla inspire future leaders and movement beyond the teachings of the Cartilla remain relevant in contemporary Philippine society, reminding citizens of the importance of civic duty, social justice, and the ongoing struggle for national sovereignty. Analysis of how the Cartilla shaped Philippines thought. Foundation for Revolution. The Cartilla, a set of ethical principles, transformed the Philippines Revolution from a mere fight for independence into a battle for just society. It emphasized virtues like justice, equality, and selfness. Promotion of Filipino identity and nationalism. The Cartilla fostered a sense of unity and collective consciousness among Filipinos, promoting a shared national identity rather than fragmented regional or erotization of revolutionary ideas. The Cartilla made the principle of the revolution accessible to ordinary Filipino through simple language, encouraging widespread participation in the fight for independence. Moral imperative in government. The Cartilla shaped the idea that a government should be founded on ethical principles, emphasizing the importance prioritizing the welfare of the Filipino and serving with integrity.
On the turning path of life, man is the guide of woman and the children, and if the guide leads to the precipice, whom he guides will also go there. This point highlight that men must lead families wisely. Poor decision can harm everyone they guide, emphasizing that true leadership means being accountable and protecting others. 11. Thou must not look upon woman as a mere plaything, but as a faithful companion who will share with thee in the penalties of life. Her weakness will increase the interest in her, and she will remind thee of the mother who bore thee in the worldly. Women should be viewed as equal partners, not objects. This teaching encourage men to support and care for women, recognizing their strength and the emotional bond similar to the mother as mother and child. That's all. 12. What those do not desire done unto their wife, children, brothers, and sisters, that do not unto the wife, children, brothers, and sisters of their neighbor. This principle promotes treating others as you want to be treated. It fosters empathy and fairness, creating a sense of community and encourage respectful relationships. 13. Man is not worth because he is a king, because his nose is aquiline and his color white, not because he is a priest, a servant of God, nor because he is a high prerogative that he enjoys upon earth. He is worth most who is a man of proven and real value, who does not good keeps his words, is worthy and honest. He who does not oppress nor consent to being oppressed. He who loves and cherishes his fatherland. Truth, though he be born in the wilderness and no tongue but his own. A person's value comes from their character and actions, not their social status or appearance. These points advocate for evaluating people based on integrity and their contributions to society. 14. When these rules of conduct shall be known to all, no long for sun of liberty shall rise brilliant over this most unhappy portion of the globe, and race shall diffuse everlasting. And among the confederated Britain of the same race, the lives of those who have gone before, the fatigues and the ill-paid suffering will remain. If he desire to enter the Katipunan, has informed himself of this and believe he will be able to perform that, he will be his duties, and he fell out of the application for admission. The final point expresses hope, and that embracing these values will lead to true freedom and joy. It invites individuals to enjoy the Katipunan and pursuing liberty, highlighting that moral principles are essential for social progress.